Who is it? I've got a knife.
Thomas, it's me, Mary.
Mary, where did you come from?
I was at the trial.
You've been at the trial. Are you crazy? Did anyone follow you here?
Thomas, don't worry. It's pitch black outside. We're safe.
No, we're not safe. What are you doing here?
Oh, Thomas. It's awful. We heard Jesus had been arrested in the garden, so we went to the city to go find him. They took him to the high priest's house. You could tell it had all been set up. A trial in the middle of the night with witnesses who just happened to be there, ready to tell their stories. A bunch of lies and false accusations. They're trying to make him out to be a blasphemer. Jesus, Thomas. Jesus, a blasphemer. Can you believe it?
Oh, I believe it.
So now it looks like they're sending him Pilate. Why Pilate? Jesus has never done anything against the Romans.
Don't you see, Mary? They don't want to just silence Jesus. They want to blot him out, like he'd never been born. And the only way to do that is to kill him. But Roman law won't let them stone blasphemers, so they have to convince Pilate he's a revolutionary. Then the Romans will kill him as a traitor, and the leaders of our people can brand him a blasphemer. End of story. No more Jesus. It's a clever, awful plan, and they know exactly what they're doing.
But he hasn't done anything.
Oh, he's done plenty, Mary. I didn't say he's done anything against the law, but say what he says, do what he does, you make enemies.
What has he done? He's taught the law and healed people. He's a good prophet. How does that make enemies?
He's not a prophet, Mary. At least not in the way you think of prophets. Prophets represent God and his will. It's never been his way. From the very beginning, he's never claimed to represent God. He's claimed to be God. If you don't know the law, you might miss it. But those who know the law, and believe me, those men who have him now, they know the law. They haven't missed it. It's been in their faces since day one. There's no doubt they get it.
So why don't they believe?
Do you believe, Mary?
Of course I do. I know what he's done for people. Hurting people, sick people, poor people. I know what he's done for me, and I know he's changed my life. I know I've never met anyone so good and so wise and so loving. If people knew him the way I know him, they'd have to believe.
That's not good enough, Mary. If you're going to believe in Jesus the way he demands we believe in him, you have to believe he's God. God himself, somehow, here in the flesh, but really and truly God at the same time.
So, Thomas, do you believe?
I don't know. I saw what he was doing early on. What he was doing and why he was doing it. I don't know if the others did, maybe Peter sometimes, but I saw it. And I really wanted to believe. I did. But I'm a doubter for a reason. I need to figure it out on my own. I just can't make sense of Jesus. He just doesn't fit what I thought God would be.
So why did you follow?
I don't know that either. I started and could never find a reason to stop.
Well, now you have a reason to stop. So what happens now?
The council convinces Pilate he's a traitor. They flog him half to death and then finish the job by impaling him on a cross. They call it crucifixion. It's a horrible way to die. horrible thing to watch. That's why they do it. Make an example of him. To the Romans, it's Jesus the criminal. To the Jews, it's Jesus the cursed. Either way, it'll all be over in a few hours.
No, Thomas. I mean, what happens with you now?
This is the end. I don't know. This is the end.
Come back with me. If this is the end, you need to be there. We all do. For him, for each other.
You don't get it, Mary. That's exactly what they want. He even predicted it. Remember when he said if he was lifted up, he would draw all people to himself? That's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to lift him up on that cross. And then all his poor followers are going to come and weep and wail. And they were caught like mice in a trap. Then they can snuff out the whole Jesus movement like it never happened. That's the Roman way. Well, it's not my way. I started this journey alone. And that's how I'm going to finish it. Nobody is going to tie Thomas to a crucified Messiah.
Well, I need to be there. And I don't care what they do to me. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's not over yet. Maybe he has a way out. Maybe God. There's always hope.
Hope? Mary, hope? In what do we hope?
Thomas, I know he won't forget you.
Come on, sing. standing